All right, hello everybody. How are y'all doing out there today? Coming back at you with a little bit more RDR2 action. One thing I'm gonna do, I know I did the first episode, deemed it way too dark, so I went ahead and did a redux of the first episode. Then went ahead and created a second. Going back, I saw my recording settings. I just can't get them right. I've tried multiple apps. I finally found one where we can at least see it. I think the colors are a little saturated, or whitewashed, but they look good enough. I'm gonna keep working it, but at least want to try to get those first couple videos where they're watchable because they just aren't. I mean, I would imagine most of you probably got a few minutes into it and just couldn't stand it. I can't stand watching them. So for now, I'm going to keep them up there. I might eventually delete them, but point of the matter is, I was going to just continue on with the story because, as y'all know, chapter one is just a whole slog and it's just a few hours. It's enjoyable, but I've already done it like 6 times in the past week doing different tests, and then obviously a couple times recordings up here. So I'm just didn't want to do it, but if we're gonna do this thing, we got to do it right. You got to be able to watch it, and I just can't live with it being so horrible. So I'm gonna keep them up there for now, but I'll probably just put these in as a replacement. But that being the case, that essentially means what this is gonna be is we're starting over again. But again, I imagine most of you that are watching this probably didn't watch those first two. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and probably I'm trying to debate whether I want to delete them, period, or leave them up, but just put a title in it. RDR2, first episode, second episode, nearly unwatchable. Because in there I explain what the project is, but we're just going to probably delete them, and we'll start that here. So for all of those of you that didn't catch that, again, I'm going to keep them up for a while at least while I make up my mind what I want to do. Certainly let me know in the comments what your opinions are on it, but basically that means we're going to start over. So again, but hey, this is a fun game. We can do it, right? And again, at least this time y'all will be able to see. Also, I've been working on the sound, tweaking it. Hopefully, it's a little bit better. I know we get in some of those firefights, and I'm just completely drowned out. But I'm close to getting that better, I think. So let me know in the comments. I'm certainly going to watch these too because I do want to critique my own work. I do want to try to get better at this whole recording my gameplay and sharing it with y'all thing. So while we're here, before we kick off the new story mode, for those of you that are just stumbling upon this and you're seeing the new complete playthrough number one, what this is we're playing RDR2 and going for 100% completion. That means there's going to be mostly unedited footage that I put out there. So I may even show, a couple hours of an episode of us just going hunting, trying to get the pelts and different things to achieve the satchels. I know you don't need the satchels for 100%. I've had some people let me know that, and I did know that, but the game is just so much more enjoyable when you have it. We'll kind of get to that and speak later to it. I'm just already kind of thinking of the first mission since I played them so many times where I can kind of interject with commentary because for the most part, anytime someone is talking, I'm going to do my best to shut up. Just let the story play out. That's why we're doing this, is to get the 100%, but play the story. I mean, it's an excellent story. So I'm going to kind of pick and choose my moments where to speak. So I know we're already a few minutes deep in right here, just basically to restart the game, but just want to put that caveat out there of what this is. This is us going after 100%. Also, I have done 100% before, never on the PC. I just recently got this game for the PC, actually, but totally loved it on the PS4. So what I'm doing is we're going after that 100%, like I said. So it's going to be all the small stuff, all the big stuff. But since I have played it, I feel like I'm pretty good at the game. I mean, I'm not some world-renowned expert, obviously, or just would even consider myself an expert. But I have played it through. I know what it takes. I know some tips and tricks. So if there's anything y'all want to know or any help because you're kicking this off on your own, I'll tell you. Just ask me. I'll be happy to let you know what I know and what I've learned from this. Also, there's a couple tools that I used to get my first 100%. I'm just basically resources, some good places to go because some of it, unless you were just, I mean, y'all know if you haven't played, you will find out, but those that have played, you know how big and immersive this world is. It's just huge. So some things to get 100% on, you would just kind of have to stumble across them. And it would take 5 years for us to complete that video if we just played it that way. So there's a couple applications, or not applications, just sites that I've used in my first playthrough to help me. I'll probably make a video of what I use in those situations. I find it best on my phone. It actually works the best there, but again, we'll get to that kind of stuff. So long enough intro here. I'm going to go ahead and put a link, or excuse me, I'm going to put the shortcut in my description of this video. Somewhere around the mark of wherever we are right now as to, hey, skip ahead if you just want to start getting to the gameplay. But I am going to add this to it real quick. Again, we're going for 100% completion, and we're going to show almost every second of it. The only editing I really plan on doing is chopping off the beginning when I load the game, and then the last few seconds when I'm just closing out the game. So buckle in. It's going to be a long ride, so we should have a lot of fun. But while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and get our story mode reloaded. Let's do it. I was thinking about maybe editing this little part out so we can just jump straight to the gameplay, but it's beautiful scenes and always cool music in Red Dead 2, so we'll just go ahead and leave that in for now. However, there may be some slow points in the game where y'all may want me to edit it. We can certainly get to that in episode 2. I already spoke to that in the second episode that I recorded before, but we'll get to those points at any rate. Let's get it firing off. I'm really, fingers crossed, that you can see this. By 1899, the age of outlaws and gunslingers was at an end. America was becoming a land of laws. Even the West had mostly been tamed. I do trust that y'all can read, but yeah, it's there, why not? A few gangs still roam, but they were being hunted down and destroyed. Man, I've had to read cursive since my grandma sent me something. Rockstar. I'm a fan of them. I think a lot of people are. They just do these amazing, amazing games. Great characters, dialogue, story, the whole 9 yards. And here we go, about to jump into it.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace.
Okay. Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. This weather, it's May. I'm just hoping the law got as lost as we did.
There. Arthur! Any luck?
I found a place where we can get some shelter. Let Davy rest while he... You know. An old mining town. Abandoned. It ain't far. Come on. Come on! Yeah!
Man, what brutal conditions, isn't it? Chapter 1, Coulter. I'm going to keep subtitles on. It's kind of easy to follow along, not only for you watching, but me playing. Some of these cowboys are old and gruff. So far on my recording app, it looks like it's pretty bright enough to see. So when you play this, this is just really dark anyway, but they put the light in the right places where you can see what's going on. So I think it's turning out that way in the recording. Excellent.
Miss Gaskell, get that fire lit, quick. Miss Jones, bring in whatever blankets we have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
Davy's dead.
There was nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're gonna stay here, and you were gonna get yourself warm. Now, I sent
John and Mike are scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're gonna ride out, see if we can find one of them.
And this?
Just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had, well, a bad couple of days. I loved Davy, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it. Gladly. But we're gonna ride out and we're gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right. We've got some work to do.
We ain't run into them yet, so they both must have headed down the hill.
Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask. What really went down back there on that boat?
We missed you. That's what happened. Come on. Oh.
Hey, you need horses?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand.
I'll live.
Get indoors, son.
Haha.
We need you strong.
We now can play.
Okay.
Come on, let's go.
I'm coming.
Ain't sure what we're gonna find out here, Dutch.
We have to try. Stay close. We'll do our best to stick to the trail.
This goddamn weather.
Been 2 days or more like this now. Oh, it has to blow over soon. Bridge coming up. Take it easy.
I mean, more power to y'all that actually live in climates like this, but could you imagine doing this in the 1800s?
Can't believe we lost Davy, too.
He's the last one, Arthur. No more. We need to get those people warm and fed.
At least we don't need to worry about Pinkertons tailing us in this.
A couple more days, we'll be on the other side. You need to help me pick the others back up. You're the only one I can rely on to stay strong right now. Wait, is that someone coming towards us?
I don't know how in the hell you can see that, but sure, I'll go with it.
You up ahead. Who's there? Oh. Micah.
Gentlemen,
Found anything?
I think so. Found a little homestead down that way.
Okay. Anyone home?
Sure. Place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davy doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davy was a real fighter. Both of them calendar boys is, or was.
Yeah,
And Mac, Sean,
we don't know.
quite a business.
You see I keep holding that button down?
Micah.
Always.
ask him if he's seen John.
Hey, have you seen John, Micah?
Didn't see much of anything once this storm came in.
He hasn't seen him.
That's how you
He'll
interact
be
with other
fine.
people.
Things always turn out right for that boy.
And when you're riding to missions.
Mac and Sean are still out there somewhere, too.
Shut up, guys.
Arthur, Let me take the rear. You move up.
Okay, give me a second, and then maybe I can explain what I'm trying to do. Yeah, if you hold down that left trigger,
Passing you.
Okay, go.
you could interact with other people, including go into story, missions, so forth. You can, like you see here, we can talk to Micah, so we get our option. What do we want to ask him? We're going to go ahead and just do the, are you sure about
Sure
this?
about this, Micah?
Mr. Morgan, I never thought I would be so pleased to see your face. Been kind of lonely out here. Where's everyone else?
Old mining camp, back up the hill.
Huddled around a fire, waiting for Daddy to put food on the table. I've said it before, we got too many mouths to feed.
Well, we got a few less now, so you should be happy.
That ain't fair, Arthur. I earn my share. You think it's unreasonable to expect others to do the same?
So, this house. You speak to the people there already?
No. Like Dutch told us. Look, but don't talk to no one. Just following orders. You know me. Okay. Let's keep it down now, gentlemen. It's just up ahead.
Snuff and stash those lanterns, boys. Best you two lie low on this. Okay. Let's head down there.
All right, so go check whatever all is going on down there. Look at how amazing the graphics are. Oop, just run into. Sorry, Charles, messing up your horse. The tracks. I am playing this in 4K. The first couple playthroughs or videos I created, I was also recording them in 4K. I don't think I'm going to do that because it is beautiful. So if y'all ever want to see it, I may do an episode here and there like that. But it just takes so long to finish the editor. I mean, I can edit it pretty quick, but it takes forever for it to actually export from then. And then, of course, it's so large a file, it takes forever to update, or upload to YouTube. So most of you I know are watching this on a phone anyway. That's what I normally use to watch YouTube. More on my computer lately since, I'm doing an actual YouTube recording thing. But really, your phones aren't going to see a big difference between 720 and 1080 for that matter. So I'm recording these in 1080, but I'm not going to do 4K because, again, it just, the rendering and all that just takes forever. I mean, whereas doing this, I think I could probably pump out a couple videos in a day if I needed to. On 4K, it was almost, I'd pull my hair out. It was just so aggravating, waiting. So just kind of a quick update for you. I know y'all are waiting on me. I've got to talk to my peeps. So at any rate, just know that if you were expecting that, sorry. Again, I may do it every now and again if y'all want to see it. But again, I know it's so rare for people to actually watch YouTube on a 4K device. Hey, who says I'm a degenerate? So yeah, at any rate, that's about. Again, if that's something that y'all do want me to try to do, I'll do it from time to time. Okay, I'm going. Okay, try. Guess Dutch don't want me to talk to y'all. Go get in cover. All right.
Hello? Shut up, Billy. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, well, hello, friend.
What you want?
Is he not wearing a shirt under
I
that?
am very sorry to disturb you.
He's brave.
My friends and I, well, we got into some trouble up the way, lost in the storm.
Check on Micah.
Gentlemen,
We can't help you, mister.
I got folks
Arthur,
dying on the trail.
Arthur, we got a problem. There's a corpse right here.
That's not good. We do have a problem.
Some
There's a body
food
in the
or
wagon.
something.
I want 2 guns.
Gentlemen,
Keep your eyes on Dutch.
please.
I think you should go now, buddy.
Now, friend, I ain't asking for much.
When do we go?
Please. I am kind of desperate.
I guess whenever we want. No, you're not gonna come here. Alright, come on. Hopefully y'all can somewhat hear me. And I know I'm gonna probably adjust the sound a little bit, but should be better than it was before. I just didn't want to blare y'all out. With my voice, that is. Alright, so where is everybody? I don't see them. Oh, my goodness, right here. How did that not kill him? I don't like shooting people on the back like that.
Didn't seem to be going too well.
Oh, he's quivering.
Why? I don't know. Maybe same reason as us. Micah, go bring the horses closer to the house. Arthur, let's go search the cabin.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm going to try to play this as a good Arthur. I just like playing it better that way. I mean, you get cheaper stuff in the stores and all that, but it just seems like the right thing to do. For those with the... I'm getting there. For those that are uninitiated to it, you have this honor level. See that thing at the bottom that just popped up? So we're neutral right now. If you go to the left where it's red, you become bad. I'm coming. If you go to the right, then you're good. And there's different perks for both, actually, but... that being said, I'm going to try to play as a good Arthur, and so I don't like also just murdering somebody like that again from behind. They're running away from them, and we shoot them in the back. That just seems awfully really unnecessarily cruel, but sometimes you just got to follow what the game tells you to do, and we were told to kill him, so let's check this out.
Turn the place upside down. Grab as many supplies as you can. We
Will
need the
do.
essentials. Food, medicine, whiskey.
Gotta have that whiskey. Classic oatcakes.
Starving. You should eat something now. Get your strength up for the ride back.
Alright. So hold the right D-pad to open your satchel. So this is our satchel. You're going to get used to seeing this because we're going to use it a lot. It's where you carry any items that you pick up. So also see at the bottom how it says carrying 4 of 10. That's why I was talking about in the intro. I want to craft the satchels, because that becomes, if you craft better satchels, that increases. Eventually to where if you craft all of them, you can carry 99 of most items. Some items you won't be able to, but we're going to run into it quite a bit early on because we can't craft any satchels that it's basically going to say, oh, you can't carry any more of this item, so you just got to leave it behind. So I hate doing that. So we're going to go ahead and hit A to eat. Another quick explanation for you. If I ever get confused, sorry, I played this on the PlayStation. And I am using a PlayStation controller. I've talked in one of my previous videos about maybe getting an Xbox controller just to get used to it, but all the commands in Steam for your controller always show up as a Xbox controller. So when it says eat, hit A. Well, I don't have an A, so I end up having to hit X. So how I remember it myself is, as y'all that use a PlayStation controller, you know that the right button is circle. Going clockwise, the bottom one is X, the left one is square, the top one is triangle. So I just remember start at the right button, what would be circle for us PlayStation people, that's B, and then just no backseat all the way around. It goes B, A, X, Y. But I'm still going to flub it up, I'm sure, here and there. So, alrighty, I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk, so we're going to go ahead and get that going.
I don't believe it.
Keep
It's a
looting.
strange one, all right. Maybe they're hiding up here, too. There's a big price on Colm O'Driscoll's head. Nearly as big as the one on yours.
Wanting Colm dead is about the only thing me and Uncle Sam agree on.
Jake and Sadie wedding, September 4th, I think. Yeah, September 4th, 1896.
Looks like the poor bastard was married, too. At some point.
If we can't eat it or drink it, put it down.
I want to be nosy. Come on, man, let me. I want to search that chest. Not going to let me do it. Good thing is, since I have played this game so much, I generally, even though I was talking about
warm. We could maybe move the women and Jack down
screwing
here.
up the controls, I may not, because, again, I've just played it so much before that I remember pretty much, but sorry.
We'll see how they are when we get back. I don't really want us to split up. Keep searching while I pack these on the horses.
Will do, sir. So let's see.
Meet me out here when you're done.
Will do. Just give me a second. Alright, so we got some canned fruit here. That could be good. That'll help our health. It says search a cabinet. We will do that. Hopefully we get something cool in here. Hey, got some veggies. Those are good. That's a cool thing with this is this game, you have to keep your health up, and it does slowly drain over time if you don't eat. So we will always take whatever we can get food-wise. Nothing there. Blood. I guess we're supposed to look for it. Well, yeah, there is plenty of that in there. Ugh, kind of gross. Let's see what we got down here. Can we open that little box? Nope, but we can sure kick it. Anything over? Oh yeah, we can search the medicine chest or cabinet, whatever they called it. Opened health cure. That's good because there's also tonics, as you can tell. That will, for instance, that one. You guessed it. It will help our health, and there's actually quite a few of them, 3 of them in there. So we'll take that. That one showed opened. I'm just going to show you this real quick. I just want to make sure this first episode. I'm probably not going to do as many missions on this first episode as I did on my first playthrough. Again, the one that's up there, that's in my feed, but again, it's just gross looking. It's too dark, mainly because I'm doing a lot of explaining here, but just stuff I'm going to knock out. That's the incorrect thing. Well, you can use it from the satchel, but you can also, for food items, hold down your weapon wheel, which is L1 or LB on the Xbox, L1 on PlayStation, and then hit your RB button. And you see you can access these items. Now, the reason I want to bring that up is you see opened health cure. Now, like this one, you don't see that LT and RT for the left trigger, right trigger. This one you do because I've got multiple items here. And it also highlights, you know, how many you've got. So we've got 2 of those, so forth. Up here, we only have the 1, but opened health cure. I knew that it wasn't, and you could guess, as effective as a full health cure. Now, a full one won't say full. It'll just say health cure. I actually read recently, because I was just going through some forums looking to try to fix something else in the game for me, and came across the explanation that if it's opened, it's still good, but it basically does 50% of what a full one does, which makes sense. I just basically cut it in half. So, again, I'll shut up and we'll keep looting. Got a little loft up here. Want to check that out.
What are you doing?
I'm getting shit. Let me go, man. Good Lord. Do I even want to answer him? Yeah, why
Still
not?
looking, Dutch.
Okay, good. Ah, you tell him, Arthur. It's ridiculous. You want me to rummage through the entire place and think I can get it done in 32 seconds? That's not how the world works. Okay. Pretty sure we can open this chest now. Oh, yeah. Hopefully there's something good in here. Kind of look. We can also go into first player view here. So sometimes I do that when I'm searching so you can actually see what it is. And there, again, we're going to run into issues. Oh, this is a coin purse. I wasn't even paying attention. What is it? Hey, $1.60 is $1.60. What's cool is, well, not cool. Like I said, we're going to run into issue where we can't get our hands on something because we are carrying the max in our satchel. But there might be something right next to it you can get. Or you just want to say, hey, you know, my health's a little low and I'm trying to get this canned fruit, but I can't tell what it is. You pop into first person, you can normally tell. So we'll be doing that. Jewelry, we will take that for certain. A gold pendant necklace. Cool. What's in the drawer here? Gotta have our cigs. Even brought it up earlier. Whiskey and cigs. Well, at least the whiskey part, but don't smoke, kids. It's not cool. But they do help you in this game, but it's a video game. That's expected. So we're going to get out here with Mr. Most Impatient Man Ever.
Arthur, keep looking for stuff. Arthur, go see if there's anything in that barn.
Yes, sir.
Micah, you search the cabin. See what we missed.
God, it looks cold out here. If you see over on the left, I've got that radar. I did make a settings change. If anyone wants to see it real quick, let me show you. Go to settings. Again, once we play, I won't be stopping left and right like this, but it's something that I did when I did my playthrough. I like it. Your status icons, I set them as static. So I'll point out here in a second exactly what that is. You can set them to off where they don't show period, and then dynamic, where if you hit a button, they'll pop up and it will show it for a second, and then it goes right back down. So what we're looking at is over here on the far left, bottom left corner of the screen is the radar. That's obvious, but right up above that radar is our health. You see the heart. And the heart itself, it's a little bit full, mostly empty. That's your core, and then you've got the outer ring. We can talk more about those in another episode, exactly how all that works. We'll add more as we go in the game. You just don't have access to it all yet. You have it quick. It's not like you have to earn it, but they aren't going to show us our dead eye and these other things just yet. But I have it so they stay above, because I just like to always check that status. And then also the radar itself, I know I went over this in my first episode playthrough, but I have it on the expanded big version. You can, as you see, turn it off. You can have it just regular, which is tiny. You can do it where it's just a compass, and that looks like a pain. I wouldn't want to do that. I know where I'm going a lot of times in this game because I have played it so much, but the map is just so damn big. You can't remember where everything is. So I like to use the expanded map because it's a little bit easier to see if something else, like an enemy, is a little bit further away. And that is nice. I mean, when you're just in regular gameplay on a story mission, you run across a enemy, it's not that big a deal. And you see if I hit the down on the D-pad, not only do we see our honor there in the bottom, but it also blows up the map just a little bit. But in random encounters, when you're going down, a trail or a path on your horse, you can actually see something that if you have the smaller radar, you might not be able to pick up on it. So I like to use the expanded, but that's, some people are all about immersion and don't want it, period, or they would want the smaller one. I can play with it anyway. Basically, my point is, if y'all don't want me to use the big expanded radar, that's fine. Just let me know in the comments. I can get used to it. But I am going to request that we at least have the small one at very minimum so we can see what's going on around us in the world. So let's check out this barn. Hold down on Y or triangle for my PlayStation people. God, you can see individual snowflakes. It's insane. Oh, God, that would hurt like hell, wouldn't it? He probably deserved it. He started it. Come on, kick his ass, Seabass.
This guy just jumped me.
Oh, did he now?
Oh, God, slammed his
Little
head.
bastard. Should I kill him?
No,
Looking rough.
not yet.
Not yet.
Find out what they're doing here and where Colm is.
Oh, this son of a bitch will talk.
Well, you can tell who the brains and the brawn are in this relationship, can't you? He's going to stand there and smoke while we have to do all the hard work. So do we want to beat him first? Yeah, why not? We'll beat him once.
Colm O'Driscoll?
With the others. At an old mining camp southwest of here. Near the lake.
What are you bastards doing? Why are you up here?
We're fixing to rob some train. Gonna blow the tracks. I don't know more than that, I swear.
Well, I would say it looks like you have this, Arthur. Do what you want with him. I don't care. But bring that horse when you're done. Oh.
All right, let him live or go.
Please. Please, spare me. I promise. You won't see me again, partner.
Pretty desperate man.
Just do what I'm told, please.
We're going to spare him.
Get the hell out of here. Go.
I did mention earlier that I don't want to just indiscriminately kill people. In fairness, I've done a couple playthroughs of this game on the PlayStation. I've already mentioned that, but I killed him every time. So I don't know if that's going to come back to bite us or not. It's Rockstar. You never know. I mean, even if it's just a quick encounter where he can hurt you. But again, I don't want to kill if we don't have to. Sometimes I may change my mind. We'll see. Just depends on the day, right? But for now, we got to calm this horse. It's a pretty looking horse. Go and pat you, bud. There we go.
You're all right, boy.
Well, we bonded. Again, he must be comfortable. He just shat himself, so cool. Let me go ahead and get to leading him on. He is a very pretty horse. He was saying boy, so I presume it is a boy horse. Can't tell just yet, but it's fairly obvious. Y'all will notice that eventually.
You let him go, huh? So all the little bastards scurrying off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Figured he
it's a
won't
boy.
get far in this anyway.
That looks like a decent horse. You should keep him. You need to hitch him. He's already skittish.
And Arthur didn't want to go left for me. What is going on?
Micah, what the hell are you?
Whoa, look what I found in the cellar. Wild thing, ain't ya?
Leave her alone.
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Micah. Look at her. Miss. Are you...
Oh, you fool! Micah!
Good Lord, Micah.
Now, it is going to be okay. We mean you no harm. Miss. Come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here, and quick. Come on now. Oh. You okay, miss?
They came 3 days ago. And my husband,
Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here.
Not anymore. Thanks, Micah.
You come with us. Arthur.
Miss, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them.
That'll put her at ease.
It's okay. Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss
Adler.
Adler.
Sadie Adler. Mrs. He was my husband.
Well, no, we don't like the O'Driscolls. Man, isn't that gorgeous? Brutal conditions. More power to all y'all that live in that kind of weather. Not for me.
Somebody's coming! Looks like it's Dutch. Hey, everybody, Dutch is back!
How'd you get on?
Micah found a homestead, but he weren't the first. Colm O'Driscoll and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there, but there is more about, apparently. Scouting the train. Thank you.
That's the last thing we need right now, Dutch.
Well, it is what it is. But we found some supplies, some blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up? Give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into a widow. Animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of darkies?
Get yourself to bed.
Animals for making her a widow, but how many guys did we just kill that are now have
Ain't
widows?
been seen in days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong, and he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but...
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
He ain't been seen in two days.
Your John will be fine. I mean, he may be as dumb as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know. The situation were reversed. And he looked for me.
Thank you.
All right.
This way. Last I know, John was headed up the river.
For all we know, he kept riding north and never looked back.
He wouldn't leave. Not like that.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I like her horse. It's pretty. In fairness, I did buy the ultimate version of this game on Steam because they just had a great, crazy discount price on it. So we have a horse that comes with it that we can't get till later. Sorry, spoiler there. I'll try to prevent that, but I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but this is a pretty horse. Once you get a little bit later in the game, I mean, you can have multiple horses, so I think this is one we're going to try to hang on to. It's pretty.
Hey, I see some smoke. Come on, let's take a look.
Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
How do they see anything in this weather?
Well, seems somebody left. Recently. And that way.
Sure, well, come on then.
I'm glad he sees it, because I sure as hell don't.
There's some tracks leading to the river.
Are there?
Ah! Despacio.
I'm just going to trust you, Javier.
Let's cross.
I don't really want to get in that cold water. I don't want my horse to die of hypothermia. Here you go.
John?
You tell me. These are horse tracks for sure, but could be anyone. Let's just see where they lead.
See, now we have those.
You were there, Javier. What really happened on that boat?
I'll say in a
We
minute.
had the money, it seemed fine. Then suddenly they were everywhere.
Bounty hunters?
No, Pinkertons. It was crazy. Raining bullets.
So now you see we have those two added little health
Watch out
icons.
for this crevice.
Those are our horse's stamina and health. So as you
Dutch
see, is
killed a girl in a
my bad, my bad.
bad way.
Just trying to check it out.
But it was a bad situation.
That ain't like him, though.
So yeah, again, those
Tracks
kind
to
of
the left,
add
down
as we
here.
go through. We get a couple more for us as Arthur. But again, I like to keep them so you can see them all the time.
Mac and John, both shot too. Sean, we don't even know. I'm surprised we escaped at all. By the time you boys showed up from the other side of town, we were only just holding on.
Bad business, all right. Damn snow's coming in hot again.
We'll lose these tracks if we don't move fast.
Well, let's get on it. Ah, that must be miserable. It's playing, it's making me cold. But I'd rather be cold than hot, so. You can always add clothes. You can only take so many off. That just looks stunning, doesn't it? Love it.
Careful, it's getting narrow here.
Can I talk to Javier? It's not letting me. You don't always get the option to. Like I was saying earlier, you can on the way to different missions and in between moments like this. But
Horses are struggling.
Yeah, a lot of fresh snow here.
I don't know about this, Javier. We can't follow nothing.
Let's push on a little bit. Maybe we'll pick up the trail again.
don't want to be falling down, that's for sure.
Almost there, boy. Come on.
Yeah, we got a boy.
Hey, look! Over there. You see that?
I do. In the interest of something I just want to explain, because again, this is kind of some of the things I'm going to point out as we play. Again, this first episode is going to have a lot more than most, but for those that are new to it and that want to play and get into it, you have that horse bonding. If y'all remember when we first got this horse out of the barn, it said, "Hey, you've reached level 1 bonding. You can get up to 4. The higher your bond, the higher its health will be, its stamina, and so forth. So it's really important to go ahead and build that bond. It's easy to get to 4, it just takes some time, but as you play the game, it'll happen. Whenever you're riding, if you push in on the left stick, Arthur will talk to him, say something like, "That's my boy." You've probably heard that before. I just did a terrible impression of that. I'm usually a little better. I'll figure it out. We'll do it later. But if you're slow enough, if you press in, you saw me patting the horse. But just those little things as you're riding, I think like every 4 or 5 seconds, you can do it again. So you might hear a lot of clicks come over the mic, and it's normally me pressing in on that left stick because I want to build that bond with the horse. I get attached to the horses, I'm not going to lie. So it's hard not to. So right back to it.
John was riding that horse when we left Blackwater. Let's see
Sick.
if he can hear us.
Okay, my horse did not like that. We hear something.
Come on, up there.
Also, if you have a new horse, I've noticed, maybe it's just me looking too deep into it, but your horse is gun shy.
It's coming from up ahead somewhere. I don't think we can go much further on the horses. We'll have to walk from here.
Alrighty, but the more you fire guns around your
Grab
horse.
that shotgun from your horse.
Yes, sir.
We'll know
There we go.
what's up ahead. Down this way.
Okay, let's do it. But the more you fire a gun around your horse, it gets used to it. It's kind of cool. Like, I imagine that would be in real life. So, again, the small details. That's one of the reasons I love this game so much. Once we get into hunting episodes, again, where we're trying to complete whether it be getting food for the camp or trying to get pelts for the satchel, early on our horse is going to freak out sometimes if we jump off and we're near him and we fire a gun. Let's see if we're sure about this, but the more you do it, the more cool he comes with it. Well, I hear him, we should be sure.
It's coming from this way.
I want to do that.
Okay.
Mierda, that we're high up here.
Yeah, shit, we are. Alright, see, now we got our stamina
Drops down here.
popping up over there above our radar.
Watch out here.
And as you've obviously noticed, it shows us in the early parts. Just getting used to the mechanics of the game. Yes, sir. It's going to tell us different controls to use. And yeah, that's Rockstar. They aren't just going to release you into the free open world because we can't actually go explore in this first chapter.
Okay, from here.
But it's Rockstar. You know, they want you to get used to the mechanics.
Watch
And
your step. This is real slippery.
and we're
Stay
already
close to the wall.
losing stamina.
Up this way.
So it's kind of part of it. You can access your satchel. Well, we know that. I guess they want us to try to up our stamina. Let's go ahead and do that then. What is something that will up our stamina? So as you see, like canned kidney beans, it shows us a little boost in our health and also that stamina. So that's a good one. We've got 2 of these. That's not as much of a boost. So how about these? Still not as much of a boost. So we're going to do some kidney beans. And there we go. Just maxed out our health, and our stamina is looking a heck of a lot better than it was. So, oh, don't fall. Get up there. There we go.
It's cold.
I feel you, man. Let me run. Nope, I'm gonna let me walk. I'm here.
Let's keep moving then. Come on.
Man, John's got a set of pipes on him, doesn't he? Hear him from a mile back.
John, you there?
I'm here. Out on the ledge. That's John. We're coming.
Where'd we go, Javier? Sounds like he's over here.
Down here. All right. Hot down, Marston.
He's down here.
Oh, don't want to go that way. How did he get himself up here? I guess the way we came, but...
That's quite a scratch you got there.
Ugh. Good
Never
lord.
thought I'd say this, but good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
Good old Marston.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good neither. I'm freezing.
Don't die just yet, cowboy.
Yep, stay with us, cowboy.
Come on, compadre.
John Marston.
Well, can't go back the way we came. Let's try this way.
All right.
Ain't you a sorry sight?
Can't argue with you there.
See? I told Dutch you weren't the right man for this.
I'm sure you did.
If y'all don't know John Marston,
I think so.
play Red Dead Redemption. The first game, but actually the sequel to this one. So wait till the end. Oh, shiznit.
You see that on the ridge?
Let me guess, we're not going to get any help from these two, are we?
I'll distract him while you get to the horses. Go.
Now we're covered in John's
Draw
blood.
him off.
Okay, here we go.
Come on. Let's get you on
I feel better with my chances of killing enemies that are men, like in that first mission that I do wolves. I want to aim it. It won't let me do it. Yeah, get back. No.
Stay back.
No. No. Good lord.
Okay, let's get going before any more of these bastards
Yeah,
show up.
yeah, I appreciate that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Gonna reload that weapon real quick. Whew. That'll scare ya. I'm waiting on Javier, so I think we took him out quicker than they expected. Sean is looking rough.
Come on, then. Let's get back to the others.
I'm waiting on you. Oh, what are we freaking out over?
I don't feel too good.
You'll be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
Sure.
Knew a fella, got bit by a dog, died an hour later.
There. That's how you stay
ain't gonna
positive.
die. Not yet.
God, we're just such a happy-go-lucky bunch here, aren't we? I mean, granted, we just in horrible conditions here, but oh, yep, just a dog bite. I'm gonna die.
Up there?
No, you won't. Not yet. Oh goodness.
Get out of here!
Get the hell out of here!
Yeah, please. I don't want anything to do with wolves.
Look out on the right!
Oh goodness.
We got more wolves on the left!
Yeah, I see that.
Get the hell out of here!
Get out of here!
Come on, get the thing. Well, that was crap. Good lord. Did that kill it? Okay, we'll take it. I hope not.
Don't think so.
Jesus.
You still with us, Marston?
Just about.
You're gonna be okay. We have some shelter now.
Thanks for coming for me.
Of course. That bullet in Blackwater, now this. You had a hell of a time.
And Arthur always says, I'm lucky.
Should ride in the water for a bit. Try to lose a scent.
Please.
Don't want to leave a trail right back to camp.
No crap.
We're gonna need to come up with a better story for that scar.
Do we?
So, freezing, bleeding, starving, damn near getting eaten to death ain't good enough for you.
Here, let's cross to the left.
Alright.
Yeah, come on. Let's push hard and get back.
Yeah, let's do it.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there.
Goodness. Yeah, shooting from a horse is a little bit difficult to get used to in this game for any of those that haven't played it, but I'm usually better than that. That was god awful.
Come on!
Alright,
Help John down off this horse.
Can we get some help here?
just need some practice. Anybody? Hello?
Can we get some help?
Yeah, come on.
We need some help here.
Come on, help him down.
You're alive! You're alive!
Here we go. There we go. Ay, careful, idiotas! It's his leg.
It's his
Come on,
everything.
let's get you warm. Thank you both. This is a new low, even by your standards.
Thank you, Arthur. Thank you.
Got any other lost maidens need saving?
Not today.
Have you and Dutch talked about how we're gonna get out of this?
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. Suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East? Into all that... That's civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss. Let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
I want to get warm. Okay, well, that was an eventful first day. We're going to go ahead and cut off the recording
We've been running for weeks.
when we can.
We found shelter and been resting here in some old abandoned mining town while we wait the thaw. Hardly the spring I had been hoping for.
All right, so again, well, I was going to listen to that dialogue, but I'm sure that'll pop back in when we reload the game. So, yeah, right here, I'm going to go and cut it off because I know we're hitting close to an hour here. And if we do another mission, it will be well over an hour. That's just this nature of the beast. So, hopefully y'all stick through and can actually go through a lot of these videos full. But I get it. They're long. Not everybody has time to do that, but I certainly appreciate it if you would. And if you do, thank you so much. So just do one more house cleaning here at the end. Again, I mentioned this in my first video that I did of this. So anybody that watched those that, again, were unwatchable, you've already heard this. But one thing I prefer to do is turn autosave off. Now, of course, I got to remember where it was. Probably under General. The main reason is again, we're going to go for high honor, and it did keep my change from the last one, so that's good. The reason I like autosave off is going for high honor, or even if it's just not that, it could be just for other reasons. You can just run into these random encounters with strangers, and you'll do nothing wrong. Literally almost nothing. They'll come up to you, pick a fight, and just start shooting at you, and then all of a sudden you're the bad guy when you just defend yourself. And it can be detrimental to things we're trying to do. So since I don't have autosave on, that means I have to remember to regularly save. For me, that's not a problem because that's how I've played it on. I played it through total about 3 times this game over, since it came out. Kind of getting fits with it for a few, about a month or so, and then I put it down for a while. But again, only that one time did we actually do a 100% playthrough with 100% completion. So that's what we're going for. But since I played it that way, it's not a hard thing for me to remember. So I recommend that, but at your own risk. If you're not one that remembers to go in there and save regularly, don't do it. Just deal with the consequences of maybe losing some honor here and there or whatever happens. It's not that big of a deal. It's just something I got used to. So that's pretty much the last bit of, again, the house cleaning for that. This new episode, or excuse me, this first episode that we're doing here right now, I did a lot of commentating, of course. That's part of this. We're going to, but a lot of it was kind of instructional and just kind of showing you how the game looks and feels, so forth. So there'll be less of that. But by all means, if you have any questions or recommendations, please throw them in the comments. A couple things we're going to probably do is figure out, do we want to go with a bearded Arthur or a non-bearded Arthur? It can get pretty gnarly if we let it go. We've got that new trusty steed, so we might do a poll, try to get some recommendations, and figure out with the best names what we want to call that horse. So we're going to do some different things like that. That'll make it fun, hopefully interactive for you guys as well. But by all means, leave me a comment. Drop me a question if you have one, or recommendation if you have one. I really appreciate it. And also, I don't like to beg for this stuff, but they really do matter and they help. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that whole 9 yards. So I may say that, briefly here and there, but don't expect me to beg for it all the time. But it does help. So thank you very much. I'm pretty sure I did save that story, but when in doubt, do it again. And I did save it, so, but it doesn't hurt. At least this isn't one that takes about 30 seconds to save. It's just done right, real quick like that. I'm starting to not be able to talk, as you can tell at the end of this. So we're gonna call it quits. Thank you all for hanging on through this, and again, sorry those first 2-3 videos I did were just unwatchable. So this looks like it's gonna turn out a lot better. I know I'm gonna have to probably tweak some audio here and there. So. By the time we get through with this, it's going to be a bazillion episodes. We should have it about down pat, I would hope, but hopefully very near future. So thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you later.